All right, let's go ahead and look at number 4 on our section 2.7 through 2.8 review. It says sketch the graph of the function's derivative directly beneath the graph. So I have my original function given to me, and I'm going to sketch the derivative down here. So biggest thing to remember is when I graph it, I'm graphing slopes. So if I have a positive slope, I'll be above my x-axis. If I have a negative slope, I'll be below the x-axis. So what we do is we always start with slopes that are 0, slope of our tangent line that is 0. So I would look, and I would say if I have a tangent line, right there I'd have a slope of 0. So I'm going to plot that here. Then on this piece right here, I have a positive slope. It's increasing from left to right. And then here I have negative slope. We'll get to that in a second. Okay, so as I look at this, I would say if I drew tangent lines, that's a pretty small positive, and then it's going to get bigger, okay, and then close to 0 again. So we're starting out a small positive, and then we're going to get to a bigger positive slope, and then we're going to get back to small again. So small positive numbers, okay, this is 0, then we got 1, 2, 3, so smaller numbers are here. Then we're going to get bigger, roughly around here, so I'm going to have my highest point there. And then I have to go back to a slope of 0. I have this going on here. And now I have a negative slope, and it's kind of a pretty dramatic negative slope. It's pretty steep. So starting out a smaller one, but then I'm going to get steeper and steeper, so more and more negative as I go along. Okay, that would be example 4 graphed. I also got asked to graph number 6, so let's go ahead and look at number 6. Okay, this one's got kind of a lot going on. I see a few changes from like maximums and minimums to slopes of 0. So I would start out with those. So I have one here, and maybe roughly right here. So we're going to go straight down, plot them on the graph. I think this one was a little in front of this. It wasn't right at 0, 0. Good, and then this one. And then I have this piece. Got to be careful. With this you cannot take the derivative here. Because you can't take the derivative at a corner or a cusp. Okay, so we're going to have to make sure we have open circles there because we can't take the derivative there. Then when I go ahead and graph this, this is negative slope. I would say we start out big negative. If I draw on some tangent lines here, and then they're getting closer to 0, so big negative, closer to 0. Then from here to here, a positive. We start out small. Then we're getting to be a steeper slope, and then we're getting back to small again. So we're going up, we're getting small again. Hitting at that 0 here. Now we're here just a little bit, but we're going to be negative. We're going to go close to 0, smaller negative, and then kind of just go, sorry, it's hard to show this one because it's so tiny. Small, and then we get a little steeper, and then we get back to closer to 0. So we're going to go down and then up. And then here, we have positive slope until I get to this point, okay? So I'm going to show that I'm getting positive slope and getting bigger. And then when I get to this point, I'm going to have an open circle because I cannot take the derivative there. Okay, so there is that piece. Doesn't need to have this weird curve on it like I do. But there we got that. And now this part, it's a constant slope. You guys could find the slope of that one, rise over run. So it's going to be a straight constant line, a horizontal line when I graph it. And as I look at it, it's going down. So it's going to be negative, which means I'm going to have it below my x-axis. And so I'm going to have a negative slope going this way. Okay. So that would be my graph of example number 6.